This play will be showing the three lines of defense the immune system deploys in response to a pathogen. The first line of defense and barrier is the skin. It acts as a shield against any yucky pathogens trying to get in. Unfortunately, the pathogen is now up against our skin and has no plans of leaving. Luckily, there exists a perfect defense against such a predicament: secretion. In this case, the specific kind of secretion is sweat, and thanks to the lysosome, it's going to break down the cell wall and push away the pathogen. Now the pathogen is airborne and is trying to get into the nose, which is not really good for us. But luckily, we got plenty of defenses. The pathogen is going to try and make it into our body by going through the nose, but it should be pretty obvious by now that our body is not going to let that happen. Much like the sweat previously did, the mucus that's inside the nasal passage will grab the pathogen because of how sticky it is. Then the cilia is going to sweep all that nasty pathogen out, which is going to make it go straight out of the nose. The first step in this defense system is called dilation, which is caused by a little chemical called histamine. Histamine makes your capillaries expand in order to let blood and plasma pass through to fight the pathogen. This also causes some swelling, which, as annoying as it is still really important for fighting off the pathogens. During all of this, your body is sending up the frontline fighters of the immune system, the phagocytes, otherwise known as white blood cells. These will begin to eat and digest the pathogens, which sounds like a war crime, but that's just fine. Now onto what is probably the most important part of this line of defense. It's the part that everybody hates the most, the fever. A fever is extremely uncomfortable for us to experience, but it's a necessary evil in our body's fight against the pathogens. As for what a fever actually accomplishes, the increase in body temperature slows and stops the replication of the pathogens. It also gives the white blood cells a nice boost to their speed. Last but certainly not least, we have the interferons. These cool guys are special proteins to let the other cells know that they need to make enzymes to stop the virus from replicating. And we have finally arrived at the third and final line of defense, our cell-mediated immunity. This is referring to our white blood cells responding to pathogens. To get things started with this section, we have the humble helper T cell. This activates the memory B and killer T cells, waking them up like an alarm clock. Next up is the natural killer T cells. These guys are the cytotoxic cells. They take down infected cells by shooting a protein into them. Now we have a bit of a strange one. The suppressor T cell does not fight the pathogen in the usual way. It actually reduces the immune response. But this is actually pretty useful, because a lot of times our body goes a bit overboard in the response and can do more damage than the pathogen would have. The suppressor T cell tries to prevent that from happening. In this case, it's reducing some swelling. All of the cells and proteins I have mentioned would be way less useful if it wasn't for this guy. His name is Memory B cell. Thanks to him, our various defenses can learn and evolve from their past encounters with pathogens, meaning that you can usually fight it off the second time you catch something. This concludes our puppet show on the three lines of defense of the immune system.
The 3 Line of Defense Immune System Project is brought to you by the following.